Oh, Thursday on the road again, working like a dog. And what is it, 16th, something like that? I have no idea what the day is. Oh, Thursday the 17th. Let's talk about something. Let's talk about I get messages all the time that if I unload my Sprinter van by hand, if I'm always doing it by hand. I'm like, yeah. If it's really difficult to do, or these people just always ask me questions like this. Well, just to let y'all know, I've been in the dumpster game also. I had dumpsters years ago. So I had two 12-yard dumpsters, trailers, and then I had 15 dumpsters on my property in Dallas off of Yorktown. And I'll tell you what happened with that. So this video is going to be about the problems I had with my dumpsters and why I got rid of them. Hey guys, it's Ricardo, junkguysdfw.net. I am the owner of a junk removal service located here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. I also own 2 haunted houses in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I want to talk to y'all about how and why I got rid of my... Ooh, man, I got to get off here. This car's not going to let me. I guess I'll follow it through. Why I got rid of my dumpsters a long time ago and who I sold them to. Whew. What happened? What kind of problems I had with these dumpsters. So my dumpster trailers, I had them, I don't know, about 12 years ago. And the other one I had like 10 years ago. I had them for a long time. But the biggest complaint about these dumpsters that I had, so if you're looking to buy a dumpster, I'll tell you what happened to mine. They were way too heavy for my trucks. And I tell people this all the time. I went through at least 5 or 6 trucks while I used these dumpsters. That's how heavy they were. They were no joke at all, man. These dumpsters were heavy. They were not truck friendly. Anywhere I was pulling them, I was hauling 3,800 pounds empty. And then can you imagine full? I had at least 2 tons in it. You're talking about close to 7,000 pounds whenever I did jobs and stuff. And after a while, I will tell you, they've caused a lot of damage to my trucks, a lot of transmission issues, a lot of drivetrain issues, and they were just economically not great for my business long term. Short term, they were great, but long term, they weren't good. And they were made from Texas Pride. They made a great trailer. Texas Pride made a great trailer. But there was some downfalls on that, and one of the biggest downfalls was the fact that they were breaking down my trucks. They were so heavy on my trucks. I used to have 7.3 diesel trucks, and every time I pulled one, it just would give me trouble, man. It just gave me trouble. It was a bitch. Second thing, they broke down all the time, and one of the issues I would have with them is on both of them, the line snapped. The wire, what is it called? The cable. I'm sorry, the cable wire snapped on both of them. I got them replaced. They sent me. I just had to pay for the shipping, but it was really cool. Texas Pride sent me out the cable, but they both snapped, and it put me out of work for like a whole week. On both of them. On one of them, I had the batteries stolen, and then the batteries drain really fast, so you have to be always energizing the batteries. You have to always put them on a charge. I was always charging all my batteries too, so that was a big deal. Oh man, when one of those batteries blow out, and they do blow up, you drain them to nothing. And when you drain them to nothing, you have a dead cell, and then you got to replace the battery. They're marine batteries, so they cost about $186 to replace. But I can't tell you how many of those things I've replaced. And that's just the tip. How about like the when I had to fix the hydraulics? That's a whole different ball game. Fixing the hydraulics on these things, oh my gosh. Like the oil would blow out on these dumpster trailers and just spill all over the place. I had to fix that too. Oh, here's the best one. When you lift it up and the doors open and hit the ground, and then you drive off and you damage the doors, that's a good one too. I was always going to the welder and welding the door because the chains would snap off or something, like when I was pulling it, and it would just bust the door, and oh my gosh, it was miserable. There was always a weld happening that was wrong on the trailer, like something would fall off the trailer, because I mean, you're hauling a lot of stuff, you're driving this really heavy rig down the highway, something's bound to happen. And that would be what happened to me. That would happen. I only got one wreck with my trailer. I hit a Lexus, and it cost me $2,700. I do remember that. But there is always liabilities that you have to watch out with these trailers, and the problems that happen with these trailers. And right now we're talking about the dump trailers, the roll-off. I had 2 dumpster trailers, and they rolled off. They were about of them were 11 yards, and then the rest of them were 15 yards. And I'm going to tell you, I made money off of them, but it wasn't like I'm raking in the dough, right? I wasn't like raking in the dough on these things. I would just drop them off and make enough to pay gas or make enough to pay a bill or something, but they weren't like making money. I was renting like maybe 1 a day, sometimes 3, but really 1 a day. That was my average. Even on a slow day, it was always 1, right? So let's just say 7 a week, and that wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. There'll be busy weeks and then slow weeks too, so you have to take that in consideration. Overall, I was renting these out. I got a lot of use out of them. And then I just knew after the last truck broke down, I knew it was the problem with the dumpster trouble, with the truck that was pulling it. I just knew it. Then you have electrical issues. You always have electrical issues when you plugged it in, and then the lights, you're always going to knock out a light, break a light. The fender, you're always going to bend the fender. Oh my God, we used to bend the fender. And don't talk about the netting. The netting in that thing, oh dude, they used to tear all the time. I was always replacing nets. Because you're lifting it and then something would catch it and then you go rip it while it's lifting. It was and those poles that hold the netting, oh my gosh. They would bend, they were like, when we would bend down. It was always something frustrating that happened with these trailers. You know, that was one of the, and I don't have that problem with the Sprinter van. I just put everything in the back. I haven't had any problems with it yet. It kind of like makes me think that I spent a lot of money back in the day with these dumpster trailers, and I wish I would have known now what I knew. I wish now I would have known about the dumpster trailers, how difficult they were going to be to mess with, and how much money they were going to cost me long term. But I mean, I'm just telling y'all because I know a lot of people that have dumpster trailers and think, oh, I'm making lots of money because it's saving me time at the landfill. I have dumpsters at my property. I'm still being faster than y'all are. I'm still moving faster than most people are. I'm going to my headquarters dumping stuff and switching over to a different truck. Yeah, you have to consider small things like this. You have to. Just the little things. It's always the little things in this business that count as big things, that make a difference in this business. And this dumpster trailer just gave me a lot of problems all the time. All the time. And that's, you know, one of the main reasons why I ended up selling both trailers. And I said, dude, I'm going to just go back to the basics. Simplicity always won with me. I was always a simple person when it came to these dumpster trailers. Simplicity would always work better for me. Anyway, guys, I hope you understand this video. Just trying to help out people who are thinking again these dumpster trailers from Texas Pride. They're great trailers, but man, they do eventually have problems, issues. Yeah. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later, guys. Thanks for subscribing to my channel. See you later, man. Have a great week.